my fear for love and vulnerability. Thank you again for watching. I'm excited to share this topic with you, especially because it's been a topic for me the last few weeks, and it's even the fear of love. I didn't even know I had fear for love. I thought I had fear for other things, but it's affected me so much that the last few months, and actually maybe even when I started sharing this vlog, is that my voice is not as it should be. I'm having trouble talking. I am having trouble breathing sometimes even. And this last week I was really focusing on what this part of myself was, and it clearly is fear. And fear is affecting me so much that even my health is influenced by it. So I don't think that we have fear for love, or if I talk about myself, that I have fear for love, but mostly the fear for the pain which is involved when we are involved with love. And it sounds contradictory, but what I see is that the experience of love is a potential for growth. And to love is also to be vulnerable. And you probably know Brené Brown with her book of The Power of Vulnerability. This is a very powerful book for me, which I'm reading. And vulnerability is the fact that I'm sharing this vlog with you, but vulnerability goes way beyond this. And what I experienced in the last few weeks is that the vulnerability to express how I feel to someone else, or the vulnerability and fear of rejection around love. And as Osho, one of my favorite books is the one of Osho, which is called Love, Freedom and Aloneness. And he phrases in his book that I'm going to read it for you. Love is painful because it transforms. Love is mutation. Each transformation is going to be painful because the old has to be left for the new. And another one, he says, fear of the unknown and the insecurity of the unknown, the unpredictability of the unknown makes someone frightened. Love is painful, but don't avoid it. Otherwise, you miss the greatest opportunity to grow. And what I saw when I was relating to others, and specifically men, that I always had a reason to reject the other person. There was always, I could find that I didn't like about the other. And initially I thought that was, well, a reason to not connect, and that was fair enough. But the last months, ever since I started dating more, I started to see like, okay, why am I rejecting someone? Is that because I don't like the other person? Or is it that I try to find a reason to close the door? And I realized that when I do like someone, I also try to find things and characteristics which I could reject, so I don't have to let the other person in. And this is also something I mentioned in a vlog before, like what would happen if I do open up for the right men? And now I open up for the right men, I become scared because it can become painful as well. And I see, because it is as a mirror for me to see that apparently I thought I fully loved myself, but as soon as the other person isn't doing exactly what I hoped for, or like I'm trying to constantly find a reason because I'm scared to run out, to take off and to say, okay, thank you, this was a wonderful time, but it's not gonna work. And the fears I have is like the fears of not being important or special for the other person. And I have a fear that the other person will let me down, like many other men have been in the past. The fear of expressing my feelings and being vulnerable. Expressing, for instance, that I'm scared or that I'm hurt or triggered by something. And all these fears are reasons for me to run away. Reasons for me like, oh, this is not going to work. I'm going to close my door. And what I realized, especially this week, when I was triggered in my pain, I saw the other person is not responsible for my happiness. The other person is not responsible for any of my luck or for anything. So the only one who is responsible for how I feel is me. And what I saw is that I was reaching out from outside in, while my intention for this year is from inside out, is that I was trying to let him confirm my worthiness. And this is a very old pattern. So he might trigger something inside of me, but it doesn't mean that he has to change. It might be that it doesn't work between us, but it doesn't mean that he has to change. It's something inside of me. And what I saw while meditating on it is that when I fully focused on that feeling, is that I had all these different thoughts and all these negative thoughts like, oh, he will let me down, he will disappoint me, you see, he's like any other man, and this is also something I have to solve myself. I have to solve the part of not feeling worthy, because I thought I feel worthy about myself, but he's the reflection that apparently I don't, and that I'm scared that he doesn't see my worthiness because somehow I don't see my worthiness. So what I did is like, in the moment when I was triggered the most and very sad, and the only thing I wanted is that he would confirm me that I was worthy and that he thought I would be special, that I'm special. So the only thing I did is like expressing, I'm sad and I'm triggered and I'm scared that things will be different, or that you don't like me that much anymore, but please give me space to come back to myself so I can see and have a better overview of what is happening. And the beautiful part of that was, in that moment, the only thing my ego wanted was confirmation. But by doing that step back, I could breathe again and I could feel myself again. And I was like, oh, I am happy. I am happy. I don't need anything of anyone else, no confirmation. I'm okay. I'm doing pretty good. I just have to see, okay, what is happening inside of me. And the tendency I have is, when I'm in the emotion, is to react on my emotion instead of communicate from a place of love. So taking that step back and going inwards and meditate on it, and I took a day to reconsider what was going on and what was happening without blaming the other for what was happening inside of me. And it gave me so much space and so much happiness and so much joy back to myself that I could also feel much more love towards the other. And the beautiful part was that I could express from a place of love instead of react from a place of emotion towards the other person and say like, okay, this is happening inside of me. I'm triggered, I'm sad, and all these things are happening and you're not responsible. However, this is what it is that I'm feeling. And that specific part of expressing that, my best friend had to persuade me to express this. She said, like, just express it. Like, all your feelings are welcome. And I was so scared to say what I thought and what I felt, just because I was scared that I would be nagging and I would be like an ugly person and that I would be... But expressing this part of me, it is part of me. If it's ugly or not, that's no one to judge, but I had to express it. And if the other person is worthy, then he would be able to listen. And he was. So, yeah, it was a huge teaching for me to step back from my emotions and to have a helicopter view of what was happening inside of me. And going through all these fears and see what my responsibility in this whole situation is. And yeah, so to wrap up, as I said in the beginning, is that I have a difficulty at the moment with my voice, and it has started a few months ago when I for the first time expressed my sadness towards my father. And ever since I had trouble with my voice. It was going up and down. However, it's been since the vlog, it's been draining me. And I'm like, okay, is it that I express too much? Do I need more space for myself? Do I need more time? And at this moment, there's so much happening ever since I started the vlog. But actually, a few months before, I've done so much self-reflection that it almost feels like I'm having a self-reflection burnout. And therefore, I'm considering to take a break with vlogging until the moment that my voice is healed again, until the moment that I'm more in peace and quiet, and instead of like constantly expressing my fears and like expressing my vulnerability, because I think altogether this has a huge impact on me and even my health. Like sharing every single week is very scary for me. And even though I love doing it, I want to become healthy and in peace before I continue my journey and continue sharing my journey. And even though I am scared also, I have a lot of fear to express that I want to have a break on this vlogging, is because I started this in the hope that I would help others. But now I see, together with the process I'm in, that it's affecting me. And it's affecting me in a way that I feel like I'm tired of all this self-reflection. And I just want to relax a little bit. And then from a place of peace and like step back, just what I expressed about my emotions. Step back 1 second. Have a helicopter view, calm down. And from that place, continue sharing. So I will come back with my vlogs. However, I am going to be on a break for a little bit. And I can't say up until when, because I first want to heal my voice and my lungs again before I continue this journey. So thank you so much for watching up until now. I really hope to see you again when I come back. I'll let you know when that will be. But for now, thank you so much for all your support and all your love and all your cares and sweet responses to my vlogs. And thank you. With love. Ciao.